I've been doing a lot of thinking and I've come to the conclusion that Super Husbands doesn't make sense.
Marguerite sings an intro song.
One of the main things is that Tony really doesn't like people who can't follow him scientifically. He gets really frustrated when someone isn't mentally moving at the same pace as he is. And Steve is very much one of those people. We all know Steve, lovely as he is, isn't really a science guy. He's more of a, I'm going to deal with this problem with brute force type guy. I mean, yeah, he can plan strategy sometimes, but most of what he does is go in and kill the bad guys and get back out. He can't build things or deal with mechanics or even really understand electricity. Whereas the whole thing with Tony is that he's really good at that, and that is his superpower. His superpower is he's smart and he makes things because of it, not that he has a good heart and thus the government decided to make him superhuman. So any conversation where Tony and Steve are talking, I can only ever see Tony getting really irritated at him because he just can't follow what he's saying. And the other thing, which is mentioned a lot in Captain America, is that Steve doesn't like bullies. And Tony's kind of a bully. Like, the way Tony talks to people is pretty demeaning and generally rude, and I cannot see Steve really liking that in a person. So you've got this one guy who is so smart that the only way he can cope with the rest of the world not being as smart as he is being mean to them in like a snarky, rude type way. And you've got this other guy who doesn't like snarky, rude people who are mean to everyone else. They're not going to end up together. That's just not how people work. I mean, yeah, there's this thing with opposites, but it's not so polar opposites that they just want to kill each other all the time. I mean, I guess that's what fanfic likes, but it doesn't actually make any sense. On the other hand, what does make sense is Science Bros. Because think about it. Here are two people who have spent their lives knowing that they are way smarter than everyone else. But then they meet each other and they can talk at whatever speed, in whatever language of science that they want to, and they will understand each other, and that is brilliant and wonderful, and it's amazing to meet someone that you can connect with like that on the same mental level without having to dumb yourself down for someone, and that would work out. Like, I mean, assuming that they are both, interested in guys, which is, already an assumption that we're jumping off of canon for, that's the type of person I'd want to be around, because it's someone they can talk to at some point. Whereas Tony and Steve can't talk to each other because Steve would just get irritated with Tony for always talking at him like he's a 2-year-old or talking way over his head. And Tony would always get irritated with Steve for not being able to follow him, as well as Steve has a very strong sense of moral code. And I mean, yeah, Tony's pretty moral when you get down to it, but he doesn't strictly follow the rules. Ever. Whereas Steve's entire thing is following the rules and doing his duty to his country, and then there's Tony who's like, well, I don't like bad things that are happening to anyone, so I'm going to deal with that in my own way. So yeah, I've been thinking about it. Super Husbands doesn't make sense. Science Bros makes a lot of sense. And it's pretty darn adorable. There's a link in the doobly-doo about Science Bros Headcannon that's super cute, and I suggest you check out to, make you smile. Okay. See you guys later.